Achieving world records in construction is something that rarely occurs. Whether by chance, coincidence, good luck, or by sheer tenacity, aligning design, developer, and localized ambition with adequate funding, expertise, and manpower is something that comes along once in a lifetime for a select few developers and contractors, and even countries. Don't forget to watch today's video to the very end for the biggest mega project world records. Number 7. World's tallest building, the Burj Khalifa. No great surprises here. The Burj Khalifa burst onto the international scene earlier this year with massive fanfare, fireworks and festivities at the dawn of the new decade after a much-anticipated build. The fanfare wasn't without merit, the building smashing almost every record in the books, and by a considerable margin. What's not commonly known is that the Burj actually bagged several world-topping records when it was opened, see below, and set new heights for others to surpass. While other super-tall projects, including the Kuwait's kilometer-high City of Silk, Jeddah's proposed Kingdom Tower, 1,001, and Bahrain's Merchant Tower, 1,022 meters, are in the planning stages. They don't yet exist. Even if they were to be started soon, the length of time it would take to reach the Burj Khalifa's lofty heights means the Dubai superstructure would reserve its place at the top of the world for some time yet. According to the Council on Tall Buildings and Urban Habitat, Taipei 101, at 508 meters, is the next tallest skyscraper and retains the record for being the world's tallest all-office tower. Toronto's 553 meters landmark CN Tower and other towers of its type were excluded from the list because they're not habitable buildings. The building with the highest observation deck in the world is the Shanghai World Financial Center at 474 meters. The Burj Khalifa is second at 452 meters, but still holds the record for the highest outside observation deck. Number 6. World's furthest leaning tower at Net Capital Gate Tower, Abu Dhabi. While the Leaning Tower of Pisa was never built to lean, its status as the world's furthest leaning tower stood for well over 800 years before being toppled in the history books by Abu Dhabi's 35-story, 160 meters tall at Net Capital Gate. To be fair, there wasn't actually a record to be broken. Guinness World Records staff created a category for it and awarded it NEC its world-topping honors earlier this year. Architects created the building's lean and twist by stacking the floor plates over each other. Floors 1 to 11 are vertically stacked, floors 12 to 28 are staggered between 800 to 1,400 millimeters, and then back to 900 millimeters, and floors 29 to 35 between 300 to 900 millimeters. The core of the building uses vertical post-tensioning to resist the pressure placed on. The tower features other innovative construction techniques, including the world's first known use of a pre-cambered core, which contains more than 15,000 cubic meters of concrete reinforced with 10,000 tons of steel. Pisa's tower not only leans, but it's also curved. Constructed in 3 stages over a 177-year period, the pistons were constantly at battle. The tower started to lean soon after building started in 1173, after the soil foundation started to give. In the later stages of construction, engineers built the walls on one side longer than the other to compensate for the lean, making it bent at the top. The tower is now counterweighted to stop it from falling over. Number 5. World's largest mall, Dubai Mall. There are a few that claim the title of the world's largest mall. The new South China Mall has the largest gross leasable area GLA of any mall in the world at 600,000 meters squared. While Dubai Mall's 350,000 meters squared GLA ranks it just 6th largest in the world. However, when it comes to the total area, Dubai Mall's 1,124,000 meters squared easily eclipses all others to claim rights to the title of the world's largest mall. Built within the Burj Khalifa complex, and with over 1,000 shops and several separate malls within a mall, Dubai Mall also has an aquarium with 33,000 animals and a 270-degree acrylic walk-through tunnel, aquatic zoo, Olympic-sized ice skating rink, 22-screen multiplex cinema, Sega theme park, children's play zone, and numerous other attractions to keep shoppers entertained. Dubai Mall also holds 2 other world records. One for the Dubai Aquarium's largest acrylic panel ever made, 32.88 meters wide by 8.3 meters high by 750 millimeters thick and weighing 245 tons. The other is for the world's largest dancing fountain, which, at 275 meters or 902.2 feet long, is longer than the fountains of Bellagio in Las Vegas. Number 4. World's longest suspension bridge, Akashi Kaikyo Bridge, Japan. There may be longer, taller, and more impressive-looking bridges in the world, but the Akashi Kaikyo Bridge, or Pearl Bridge, linking Kobe City in the north with Awaji Island in the Seto Inland Sea, has the longest span of any bridge in the world. Prior to the construction of the bridge, ferries used to operate between Awaji and Kobe, but the opening of the bridge in 1998 changed that. The bridge has 3 spans, one each at either end of the bridge, both 960 meters, and the record-breaking one of 1,991 meters between the 2 main 282-meter towers. The bridge deck provides 68-meter clearance, sufficient for ships to pass under. The Kobe earthquake spread the distance between the 2 suspension towers by a meter, but that construction hadn't started, so the extra distance was easily accommodated. It surpassed UK Humber Bridge as the longest suspension bridge when completed in 1998 with a span of 1,410 meters. Humber Bridge had held the record since 1981 but now sits 5th in the world rankings. Number 3. Tallest all-residential tower, Q1 Tower, Queensland, Australia. Again, a contentious record and one that will upset a few viewers. But it all comes down to the definition and the use of the word all. The Burj Khalifa is ruled out because it's a mixed-use development, hotel, office tower, and residences, while other towers also fall away thanks to the definition. According to the Council on Tall Buildings and Urban Habitat, the world's tallest all-residential tower is the 323 meters, 78-story Q1 Tower in Queensland, Australia, when measured to the top of its highest structural component. The Eureka Tower in Melbourne is actually taller when measured to the roof, and its highest floor sits above that of the Q1, but TCTBUH rules place it below the Q1 in rankings. It won't matter soon anyway. Both will be pushed off their perch by 2 Dubai towers being erected in the marina area now. Residential Tower 23 Marino will stand 395 meters tall and have 89 floors, and is due for completion at the end of the year, while the Princess Tower, just 300 meters away, will top out at 414 meters and have 107 floors, and is due to be finished at the end of 2011. The Elite Residence Tower, still under construction, will also be taller than Q1. Of the current tallest 10 completed all-residential towers in the world, Dubai has 5, including the Emirates Crown, 296 meters, 4th, Millennium Tower, 285 meters, 5th, 21st Century Tower, 269 meters, 7th, and Al Kazim Towers 1 and 2, each 265 meters, 8th. The next tallest all-residential tower in the GCC is the Al Fardan Residences in Doha, 253 meters, 16th. Number 2. Building with largest usable space, Boeing Aircraft Plant, Washington State, USA. Building huge aircraft requires equally impressive facilities, and Guinness World Records lists the Boeing plant in Everett, Washington as the largest building by volume in the world. Initially built to house production facilities for the 747 jumbo jet in 1966, the facility is still used to build all of Boeing's twin-aisle aircraft, including the latest generation 747, 767, 777, and new Dreamliner. The building has been expanded 3 times since 1966, once in 1980 to accommodate the 767 production lines, and again in 1993 to house the 777 production line, and now covers an area of 39.8 hectares, roughly the size of the Canary Wharf Business Estate in London. Total volume of the building is 13.3 million cubic meters, and doesn't include the paint hangars, where the mighty machines are finished before flight test and delivery. Production at the plant varies according to market conditions, but Boeing says they're able to produce up to 7 747 and 777s and 5 767s per month. Number 1. Building with largest floor space, Dubai International Airport Terminal 3, UAE. When it comes to setting records, airports are fairly good places to start. The sheer size of the aircraft, required to haul people around the globe, means that terminals need to be incredibly big if they're to cater for millions of passengers every year. And none more so than Dubai International Airport's Terminal 3. Home to Emirates Airlines' expanding fleet, Terminal 3 handles a bulk of the airport's 40.9 million passengers, annually 2,009 figures, and once its dedicated Airbus A380 concourse, 3 is up and running, will give the airport the potential to handle 75 million travelers every year. Terminal 3 alone will have a maximum annual capacity of 43 million travelers. Not surprisingly, the terminal boasts the largest interior floor space of any building in the world. It's 1.456 million square meters, easily beats the nearest rival Holland's Aalsmeer Flower Auction 990,000 meters squared. Terminal 3 was opened in 2008 after an extensive construction phase involving the Al Habtoor Group, South African company Murray & Roberts, and Japanese firm Tignaka. More than 136 million man-hours were worked on the project at a cumulative lost time injury frequency rate of 0.17. At one stage, the project accumulated a record 32 million man-hours without a lost time accident. With that, we end today's video. Consider subscribing to our channel in order to join in a next time for more of such interesting content.